Hey, Stan? Just checking, did you leave a styrofoam box on the front doorstep last night?
Styrofoam box? Oh, that was me.
I thought so.
Those were the fish I caught out on the lake yesterday.
Well, I hope you weren't planning on eating that fish.
Huh? Why? What happened? Oh, shoot! I totally forgot to bring the box inside last night. Man, this really sucks. I'll bet they've gone bad for sure, haven't they?
You could say that, yeah. But to say that they went bad wouldn't quite describe the situation. I heard a loud pop at the front door just a few minutes ago, and when I went to check what it was, well, it looks like the box blew up.
What? It blew up? What do you mean?
It's over 100 degrees outside today, Stan. The heat caused the fish to rot, and as it decomposed, gas started to build up inside the box. Which wouldn't have been a problem if you hadn't taped the box shut, but with nowhere to go, the gas kept building up, and then, boom!
That's hilarious. You mean fish actually blow up like a stink bomb or something?
Well, I'm glad at least one of us is able to laugh about this. You should see the front porch right now. It's a total disaster area. And the smell is awful. I just got a call from one of the neighbors asking if I knew what was causing it.
Oh, well then I guess you'd better hurry and clean it up.
Exactly what do you think I'm doing right now?
If you're so busy cleaning it up, then how do you have time to be texting me right now?
Because I thought you deserved to know. After all, you're the reason both the front porch and me are covered in fish guts right now.
What are you getting so upset at me for? It's not like I left it there on purpose or anything. I just forgot. My bad. I'll try to remember next time.
On purpose or not, you're still the one who's responsible for this. I don't think we're going to be able to get rid of this smell for quite some time. I'll have to keep coming out here every day and scrubbing it down with something. I'd appreciate if you could give me a hand with cleaning up once you get home.
Nah, if you clean it properly, the smell won't be a problem at all. Plus, you got more than enough free time on your hands. You could just do it by yourself. Unlike you, I actually have work to do today.
Excuse me? I don't like the tone you're striking with me right now. I have more than enough to do already without having to scrub fish guts off the porch in 100-degree weather. So no, I don't have much free time at all.
Exactly what do you have going on today anyway? You're just a housewife. Don't pretend that you have stuff to do. How can you possibly be busy when all you ever have to do is cook, clean, and watch sappy romance dramas on TV all day?
First of all, I do not watch sappy romance dramas at all, much less all day. Second, even if I did, nothing changes the fact that your mistake is causing a ton of unnecessary work for me. You do get that, right? It's your fault that I've got this disgusting cleanup job to do when I could be doing anything else.
And your point is?
My point? Do I need to have a point? Don't you feel bad in the slightest about what I'm going through because of you right now? I'm cleaning up your disgusting fish guts, and so far, your only response has been laughter and snide disconcern.
Did you really text me right now just to complain?
Are you really pretending like you have nothing to apologize for?
I don't believe this. You're interrupting me at work just to complain about having to clean.
I don't think you'd be so laid back and lighthearted about this if you could actually see the state of the front porch right now.
How long are you gonna go on about this? Every second you're texting me to complain is another second you could be cleaning up the porch. And honestly, if you can't get rid of the smell, that just means you aren't cleaning it right. If you need tips, go look up how to clean up fish guts on the internet or something. Don't be such a spoiled brat.
I am not a spoiled brat.
Yeah, well, you're acting like one. I guess your mom never taught you how to clean like a real woman. Why don't you call her over and have her give you some hands-on training? Seems like a perfect opportunity to me. It's crazy to me that this is literally your only job, and yet you're just refusing to do it. What good are you if you won't even do your only job without complaining constantly?
I am not complaining constantly. I never complain. I'm trying to get you to take some responsibility for your own actions for a change. And what's this about my mom not raising me right? After how you've been talking to me today, I'd say your mom neglected to teach you basic decency. You caused a world of trouble, not only to me, but our neighbors too, and you haven't even thought to apologize.
What's up with you today? Is it that time of the month again already? You're being absolutely ridiculous about this. Lighten up already.
Here it comes. You always do this, Stan. You never lift a finger to help me, and whenever I ask you to do your part, you flip out at me.
Are you serious? I'm the one doing nothing? Where do you think I am right now? I'm working. You know, making money, that thing that you have never done.
You made me quit my job when we got married, Stan. If it were up to me, I would have loved to keep my job and contribute to our finances. I guess you think I'm an idiot for being a submissive wife and following your directions, huh?
Nuh-uh, no way. Don't you dare pin that all on me. You willingly quit your job. You don't get to complain years down the road for a decision you made.
I never thought that becoming a housewife for you meant you'd be this much of a condescending jerk to me. Ugh, this is such an exhausting conversation.
Oh, you're tired? How tired do you think I am? And let me remind you, it was you who made the first move on me way back when. You said that you'd do anything in the world for me. Don't tell me you forgot.
Yeah, and I meant that back then. But apparently, either I was completely wrong about the kind of guy you were, or you've changed into a totally different person. What do you think, Stan? Which is it? Have you always been a jerk, or is this a more recent development?
You think I'm gonna sit here and let you talk to me like that?
I'm just telling you like it is, Stan. Don't shoot the messenger.
I demand that you apologize to me for disrespecting me right now. I am your husband and you will not speak to me this way.
I won't apologize for being honest. You have been extremely disrespectful to me today, and I won't let you get away with it anymore.
I have had it with this stuck-up, ungrateful attitude of yours. You're gonna regret this.
If anything, you're the one who needs to apologize, not me.
You really don't know when to quit, do ya? If you don't apologize and fix that attitude really quick, you're gonna regret it. Annie, how long are you going to keep this up? Don't you think this has gone on for long enough?
Not in the slightest. I'm not budging.
Nothing good is going to come out of you acting like a complete brat.
I already told you, Stan, I'm never going to apologize to you. Why should I? I haven't done anything wrong.
You still don't think you're in the wrong here? God, you're a piece of work. Looks like you need to be taught a lesson then.
Oh, I do I? And what are you going to do about it?
Actually, I went and picked up a little surprise for you the other day. It's a lovely stack of divorce papers.
Divorce papers?
That's right. You're surprised, aren't you? I put them in the top drawer of the desk in my home office. Go ahead and take a look if you think I'm bluffing.
Are these for real?
Why would I go to all that trouble to print out fake ones? Sounds to me like you're terrified. Good. That means you understand what sort of a position you're in. The worst thing that could possibly happen to you is right in front of your eyes.
You said you picked these up. Did you get them from a lawyer?
Right again! You're on a roll, baby! I've already signed them, too. I think this should make it clear to you what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it's pretty clear.
If you don't apologize to me, then I'm gonna divorce you. And if that happens, your entire life is ruined. I know how crazy you are about me. If I leave you, you're gonna be miserable for the rest of your days. As for me, though, I have no use for a housewife who won't do what I say when I say. If you're not gonna change your attitude, fine! I'll just kick you to the curb and move on. There are plenty of women out there looking for a reliable man with a stable income like me. You'll be replaced before the weekend's over.
Wow. If you actually talk to an actual lawyer to draw these papers up for you, I guess that means you're serious.
Of course I'm serious. You don't want to get divorced, do you? You've been madly in love with me since we first met. You might talk a big game, but when push comes to shove, you know you don't want me to leave you.
I suppose you're right.
I know I'm right. You've been nothing but a mere housewife since we got married, so there's no way you could actually get a decent job to support yourself. If I walk away from this marriage, you're in big trouble.
Wow, Stan, you've got me right where you want me. I guess I have no choice but to do exactly as you say.
Wait, you're admitting it? I didn't think you'd break down this easily.
I surrender, Stan. You win. I may have put up a strong front, but deep down, I still love you. You're the only one for me.
I am? I mean, hell yeah, I am. Yes, it worked. You're not done, though. You know what you need to do now, right? Apologize to me. Beg me for forgiveness.
I'm sorry, Stan.
Sorry for what? Be specific now. Tell me exactly what you're sorry for. You gotta do this right.
I'm so sorry for disrespecting you, Stan. You're my husband, and I shouldn't have talked back to you like that. It must have been the heat getting into my head. I lost control and forgot my place.
Yeah, that would make sense. No one would get so angry over a tiny little thing like some fish blowing up. You were acting like a whiny kid.
You're right. I was being a total child. Sometimes children act up to test their boundaries and see how their parents react, right? I guess that's what I was doing, testing my boundaries to see how you would push back on me.
You were testing me?
Yes, and I see now how foolish I was. What was I thinking? Trying to test your resolve like that. You were right to be mad at me. It wasn't my place as a wife to criticize my husband.
Man, something feels weird here. Like I won, but somehow it doesn't feel real. You're not being sarcastic right now, are you?
Heavens, no! I'm just desperate to stay with you. When we got married, I vowed to stay with you for the rest of my life, and I intend to keep that promise. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me.
Okay. If you're being genuine, then I guess I can let it slide for today. But don't get me wrong, this is a one-time only thing, got it? You will never do something like this again. From now on, you do what I say, when I say, how I say, no complaints.
Don't worry, Stan, I'll make it up to you. I'll become a good, obedient wife, just like you want me to be.
Again, that's great to hear, but I wish you could have come to your senses without making me mad enough to threaten to divorce you. Then I wouldn't have spent all that time and money on a lawyer.
I am so truly sorry about that, Stan.
From now on, I expect you to have an attitude more appropriate for a housewife.
I will. For starters, I'll go ahead and take care of these divorce papers for you. I'd rather not have them around the house any longer.
Oh, yeah?
Well, yeah. As long as they're in the house, I'm going to be living in constant fear of you actually deciding to divorce me. I love you so much, Stan. I don't want to lose you. You understand, right?
Okay, go ahead and get rid of them for me then.
Thank you so much, Stan. Taking these papers where they belong will be a huge burden off my shoulders.
Geez, you really do love me, don't you?
Of course I do. How could I not love a husband as good to me as you are? I can't imagine what life would be like without you.
Hey, today's garbage day, right? Did you throw away the divorce papers yesterday like you said?
Wow, you actually knew what day garbage day is? That's a shock.
Hey, what happened to what you said yesterday? You promised that you'd be more respectful to me as your husband. Anyway, I was wondering what you did with those divorce papers. You said you were going to take care of them. I was just checking if you actually did.
Let me spell it out for you in the simplest terms possible. I took care of them, just like I said. And as such, we're now no longer a couple. So I don't need to be respectful of you as my husband anymore. You're not my husband.
Wait, what are you talking about? What did you do with the divorce papers, Annie?
I told you I took care of them. Really good care of them, all the way down to the courthouse where I submitted them to the clerk. They were accepted, and as of yesterday evening, we are officially divorced.
You what? You said you were going to throw them away. Why did you submit them?
Wrong. I said I was going to take care of them. You should have been more specific. Seriously, though, I can't believe you actually went ahead and signed them in advance. You were trying to scare me into compliance, but you actually played right into my hands.
What's wrong with you? You were going on and on yesterday about how you were terrified of me leaving you.
Yep, but the truth is that I was so excited to be rid of you, I could barely hold it in. Trying to use a signed set of divorce papers to threaten me was the worst idea you have ever had. Not only did your empty threats fail, you did me a massive favor.
You said that you loved me, that you'd always love me. You said you'd obey me and be a good wife to me.
Did I really? Sorry, it must have slipped my mind. I don't remember that at all.
Don't give me that. You promised, Annie.
Boy, I am not remembering that at all, Stan. Sorry.
What on earth has gotten into you? Whatever. We'll just have to fix this. Go back to the courthouse and pick up an application for a marriage certificate.
What good would that do you? You would still need me to sign that in order for it to be accepted. And I will never sign it.
Are you drunk or something? Just what in the world are you trying to do right now?
I don't know. Seems like it should all be pretty easy to understand if you ask me. I wanted to divorce you. You gave me signed divorce papers. I submitted them. The end.
I think the heat must have gotten to your head again, Annie. I'll just give you a week or so to cool off. You'll be desperate to remarry me by then.
I see you're still under the impression that I'm in love with you.
Well, yeah, you are in love with me.
Wow, Stan, you're something else. Ever heard the expression that someone's IQ is lower than the room temperature? That could have been written about you.
Annie, where did you go? Your clothes are gone, your makeup is gone, everything of yours is gone. Are you running away from home?
Wow, you're home early. Something on your mind? I'm all ears.
I'm asking where you went, Annie. Tell me.
I'm at my parents' house. We're divorced now, so there's not much point in me still living together with you anymore. Plus, I didn't really feel like talking to you in person. So I moved out while you were away.
I don't believe this. Not only did you submit those stupid divorce papers without my permission, now you're running away from home?
Who was it that signed them, Stan? You did. All I did was turn them in.
I wasn't actually gonna divorce you.
Yeah, I thought not. I knew you were just bluffing. I wasn't, though.
Get back here right now. You need to sign our new marriage certificate.
Why are you so afraid of divorcing me, Stan? Are you afraid of losing access to my family's finances? You think you'll have a harder retirement without my parents' inheritance?
You're the one who's got something to be afraid of, not me.
Oh yeah? What's that?
You're in love with me, and you can't make it on your own.
In love? With you? It's a bit early to start drinking, isn't it, Stan? You couldn't possibly have thought I was going to keep on loving you forever.
What are you trying to say?
I have no intention to keep on loving a husband who does nothing but talk down to me. Any feelings I once had for you are long gone now.
You said that you were gonna do what I say from now on.
Yeah, it's gotta be a big shock to find out how I really feel.
Wait, you mean you tricked me?
Yeah, and it was really, really easy. I put on that act of being desperate to stay with you, and you bought it hook, line, and sinker. I was worried I laid it on a bit too thick, but I guess you're too much of an idiot to catch on.
Hey, I'm not an idiot!
Actually, the fact that I was able to divorce you so easily is proof positive that, yes, you are. You're so stupid that I'm actually starting to kind of feel sorry for you.
Don't talk down to me like that! Who do you think you are? I'm your husband!
I think I'm a happy woman who's finally free from her ex-husband.
My wife Annie would never talk to me like this. Who are you, and what have you done with my Annie?
She's gone, but she left me a message for you. She said the thing with the fish the other day was the straw that broke the camel's back. She no longer wants anything to do with you.
You're not this kind of woman, Annie. I know you're not. This isn't the woman I married.
You think you know me? You don't know the first thing about me. You've been living in a fantasy world for our entire marriage and trying to force that stupid fantasy onto me. Only kids play make-believe, Stan. It's time for you to grow up.
Grow up? Me?
Oh, but that's not even the only reason I'm divorcing you. I bet you thought you were real smooth about hiding it from me, but I know all about your affair.
What?
You made some nice little date plans with that woman in your DMs, didn't you? I saw the notification come across your screen.
No! That's not true! You must be mistaken!
Did I ever tell you one of my high school classmates was a private detective? I had him check you out. So no, I am definitely not mistaken.
Oh, no!
Who is she, a coworker? There's no point in hiding it anymore. You might as well come clean about everything.
No! You're wrong!
Ugh, I see you're gonna be impossible about this. Okay, well, I suppose I have no choice but to send these pictures of you and your mistress to your parents' house. Oh, and your office, too.
Wait, that's not what I meant. I'm not denying it. I'm just saying she's not a coworker.
Okay, then who is she?
She works at a client of ours. We do a lot of business, so, we worked together a lot.
Oh, I see. All right then, I suppose I'll have to go and inform both of your companies now.
No! You can't do that!
Oh, but I can. I can understand why you wouldn't want me to, though. If you were responsible for losing a big client, oh boy, that would be bad. I doubt they'd stop at just passing you up for a promotion. You'd be fired for sure.
Please, Annie, don't do this. I'm right in the middle of a huge project. More than that, I'm the team leader. If this comes out now, then they're gonna take me off the team for sure.
Wow, then that means it's perfect timing. Your company doesn't know the person in charge of their big project is an amoral, cheating, lying creep. Who knows what sort of trouble might happen if you're in charge of the project?
Trouble? There won't be any trouble if you keep your mouth shut.
Don't forget, Stan, you're the one who drove me to do this.
Annie, please, calm down and think about what you're doing. You're never gonna make it on your own. You need me. What are you gonna do, live with your parents for the rest of your life?
Oh, you don't need to be worried about that. I've been taking some classes online for the last several months. I got my certifications too, and I've been looking for a job recently.
What? When did this happen? If you've been taking classes, then how long have you been thinking about divorcing me?
It wasn't about divorcing you at first. It was just for my own mental health. No matter how much you belittled and insulted me, I could still hold my head high because I was learning useful skills and knowledge to make something of myself. In any case, like I said, don't worry about me. I'll be fine without you.
I can't believe this!
You sure thought you were hot stuff telling me that I need you. What happened to that confidence, Stan? It almost seems like you need me more than I need you.
Annie, I'm begging you, don't do this!
I am so excited to be single again. Thanks for making this all possible, Stan. After that text exchange, my ex-husband raced out to my parents' house to apologize to me. But my dad, having heard about everything that went on, threw him off our property and into the ditch. Defeated and filthy, my ex-husband just sat there, dead-eyed in disbelief. When I thought about how much emotional turmoil he must have been going through right now, I have to admit I laughed a bit. He got removed from his leadership position on the project he was working on at his company. He was also removed from the team that works with his mistress's company. Since Stan's performance numbers were almost entirely supported by his work with that client, being removed from the team was a career death sentence for him. I doubt they'll be putting him on any major projects anytime soon. If you're wondering how I know all this, he told me himself in a letter a while back. I think he was planning on me feeling sorry for him, but honestly, it just makes me laugh even harder. And as for myself, not long after becoming newly single, I landed an awesome job, and I am absolutely loving it. It just so happens that there's a very eligible bachelor at my new company. It also just so happens that we take the same train to and from work every morning. So, who knows? Maybe my single life won't last as long as I was expecting.